here in the UK for its debut. Rolling now from the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, the Kawasaki P1. Impressively short takeoff there from the P1, which comes to us from Air Development Squadron 51, based at Atsugi in Kanagawa Prefecture. And the aircraft commander of this demonstration is Commander Ken Yasuoka. It was started the development of this aeroplane in 2001 as a replacement for the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Forces Lockheed P3 or Riat maritime patrol aircraft. It only started going into operations in March of this year, which shows how new this aeroplane is. The first flight of the prototype, the Kawasaki P1, occurred on the 28th of September 2007. The engines, 4 IHI XF719 turbofans of some 13,500 pounds of thrust each. In terms of armament, the type can carry the AGM-84 Harpoon and ASM-1C anti-shipping missiles, or indeed AGM-65 Maverick air-to-surface missiles. It can also carry bombs, depth charges, mines and torpedoes, which are carried in an internal bomb bay or on wing and wing root mounted weapon stations. And it's the sole aircraft of this configuration, a 4-jet maritime patroller land plane in service today. And of course it's vital for Japan to have an aircraft of this type with long range and endurance, given the extent of the country's territorial waters and the number of island territories. In now for its first pass. On that orbit, and a good demonstration there of just how quiet this aircraft is as it flies past. As you see, it's powered up. Commander Yasuoka at the controls of the aeroplane, 46 years old and a test pilot. He's conducted testing of the US-2 flying boats as well as the P1, and he has more than 6,100 flying hours. A good speed range capable by the P1. Also able to operate at both high and low altitudes. Of interest technologically is the fact that this is the first aircraft in the world to use the very sophisticated fly-by-night control, that's in order to reduce electromagnetic interference. At last pass was about 155 knots. This aircraft has flown across both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans to get here to Fairford, and it's the first time any Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force aircraft has ever flown across the Atlantic. Well, a faster flight path coming up now, the P1 coming in again from our right, this time up to 250 knots. Very quiet performance on that part. The XF7 engines, also made in Japan, developed specifically for the P1. They're quiet and fuel efficient. Also very advanced, the Toshiba HPS 106 maritime search radar. The typical crew would comprise 2 flight crew and 11 mission systems operators. Today, total persons on board 6. I mentioned the pilot in command, Commander Ken Yasuoka. Also So on board the second pilot, Lieutenant Commander Masayuki Kamakura. The flight engineer is Chief Petty Officer Kiyonori Takahashi. And then other crew members, MC-34 P01 Ken Kobayashi, the in-flight technician, Chief Petty Officer Hiroaki Nagai, and the ordnance operator P01 Tsutomu Kankaki. A very historic deployment to the UK by this aircraft, and after the event it will be going to rather hotter climes, specifically to Djibouti. Obviously, operations in such hotter climates being the focus of those efforts. The Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force already has facilities there for T-3C Orion detachments. A very distinctive design indeed for P1, not a little Convair Coronado about it from some angles. Aircraft's dimensions in terms of wingspan and length basically comparable to those of, say, a Boeing 737, as I'm sure you'll have noticed in the static part, where there's the opportunity to get up rather closer to one of these machines, and coincidentally it's parked next to US Navy equivalent, the Boeing P-8A Poseidon. But into land, from the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, the Kawasaki P1. A true bit of air tattoo history, are first displayed by a Japanese military aeroplane. Thanks to all of the JNSTS crew members who come over with the two aircraft on the sixth on board to go to that flying demonstration, and maritime capabilities, of course, very much in the news of late. Yes, it is, and it's something that we have a current capability.